Woman has a great question about what to do when a hip joint comes loose after it's implanted. Medical reporter Liz Bonis asks the experts at TriHealth about it in today's Medical Edge.
Dr. Dirk Pruis is an orthopedic and spine specialist who says hip pain that leads to the need for joint replacement can come from a number of problems.
Injuries, congenital problems, deformity of the hip, rheumatoid arthritis in younger patients is also very common.
He says if a joint comes loose after it's been implanted, there's a few things you need to do.
First thing that you need to do is find out why the first replacement failed, and there are many reasons for that. Sometimes it could be malpositioning, sometimes it can be loosening of the components. Infection is a very common source of failure of joint replacement, and that needs to be ruled out as well. So before you can formulate a treatment plan, you need to find out the exact reason that the implant failed in the first place.
He says once you find that out, you need to see your surgeon.
Well, if the implant is loose, it will continue to move, to toggle, to damage bone, and revising it down the road will become even more difficult.
You can't just put in a filler, he says, to fix it.
Probably not really an option. Many patients ask that if there's some type of super glue that could just be injected into the body to hold this thing in place, and that's really not an option. Most likely the old prosthesis needs to be removed and a new one put in.
What's important to note is that there are things you can do that might make a difference in preserving that joint health, whether it's a hip or a knee, and that can make a big difference in avoiding the need for a joint replacement long term.
I would say weight control and exercise would probably be the two best ways to make your joints last.
A little motivation if your joints are in good health right now. At the TriHealth Orthopedic and Spine Institute in Westchester, Liz Bonis, Local 12 News.
And don't forget, we welcome your questions each week for our providers at TriHealth. Just go to local12.com and click on Ask the Expert.